Located on the east coast of the continent of Africa, Kenya is like a photographer's dream come true. Kenya contains iconic wildlife such as giraffes and zebras. In addition to these iconic species, there are over 100 types of mammals and thousands of birds in Kenya as well. There's just so much to see and explore in this diverse and magnificent videos on Nigeria and South Africa. I do recommend checking them out. I have the link to those down below. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that has been sharing our videos on your Facebook and other social media. If you enjoy these videos, hit that like button and subscribe if this is your first time here. This is FTD Facts. We don't discriminate. This mountain in Kenya and the second highest mountain in Africa. Now, the origin of the name Kenya itself is not as clear. It's believed that the name Kenya is linked to the Kikuyu, the Embu, and the Kamba words Karinyaga, Kirenya, and Kenya. And those three words all mean God's resting place. And since we're just talking about mountains actually, let me know down in the comment section, where is the highest place that you have ever been to on this planet? It could be up in a roller coaster, it could be another mountain that you climbed, but straight through the middle of Kenya. Kenya has a total population of 48.2 million people, and 3.5 of those people live in the country's capital, Nairobi. On top of being the capital city, Nairobi is the largest city in Kenya, and it's famous for having the world's only game reserve located to the residents there. In the past, some of the lions have been shot and killed to protect the public. Because of this, lions are being fitted with tracking collars so that the park rangers can always know where they are. They hope that this will prevent any lions from crossing the borders of the park and into civilians. Kenyans were made to disperse throughout the world as slaves. This was done by Arabs, Europeans, and Americans during the 1600s and 1700s. Kenya's location in relation to the Arabian Peninsula invited this type of trade, and so the East African Swahili coast, where Kenya is located, was a very advanced and rich area. But because of the heavy trading by the Indian, the Persian, the Arabs, Indonesian, Malaysian, as well as some African and Chinese merchants, they all impacted the creation of the Swahili culture and language in that area. Arabic was the strongest language influence, and we can see the effect of the Arabic influence even in the name Swahili. The name Swahili is derived from the Arabic word Sawahil, meaning coasts. More specifically, the Swahili coast mainly consists of the areas along the shores of Kenya, Tanzania, and northern Mozambique. Also, some of the Indian Ocean islands such as Zanzibar and Comoros, they can also be included in the term Swahili coast. Now, when the British Empire eventually dominated that area, they established what was called the East African Proctorate in 1895. And from 1920 onward, it was no ethnic groups. Over 30 different languages and dialects are spoken, and Swahili and English are the official languages of Kenya. The biggest ethnic group in Kenya is the Kikuyu. But despite having so many different ethnic groups, these tribes can be split into three main categories. The Bantu, the Kenyans so unique. Although it is very common to find Kenyans wearing clothes of the Western world, their own style of dressing in itself is very distinct. When you visit the country of Kenya, you can't help but notice the red, pink, and maroon piece cloths that are commonly referred to as Masai Shuka around the
forests and open plains, the metropolis of Nairobi, and colorful tribal cultures, freshwater lakes and coral reefs. For many people, Kenya is East African microcosm. The wildlife safaris have been the top tourist attractions in Kenya for decades, while other activities include trekking Mount Kenya, ballooning over the Masai Mara, and snorkeling in Malindi on the Indian Ocean coast. Nairobi National Park. Nairobi National Park is just a 10 minutes drive from the center of Nairobi, with only a fence separating the park's wildlife from the metropolis. Nairobi's skyscrapers can be seen from the park. Despite its proximity to the city and the relative small size of the park, Nairobi National Park boasts a large and varied wildlife population. Migrating wildebeest and zebra gather in the park during the dry season, and it is one of Kenya's most successful rhinoceros sanctuaries. Nice introduction to the coastal tourist attractions in Kenya with its extensive coral reefs and beautiful beaches. There are surfing, snorkeling, deep-sea fishing and other water sports. The Malindi Marine National Park is protected and has fine beaches, clear water, and very colorful fish. Malindi is served with a domestic airport and a highway between Mombasa and Lamu. Close to free-ranging elephants. Other attractions of the Amboseli National Park include opportunities to meet the Maasai people and spectacular views of Mount Kilimanjaro.